started off playing at Mousehole, which was a big step up for me. I didn't get many minutes at Mousehole my first season, but Penzance then gave me the opportunity to play and start every league game. I think it was the first 10 league games of the season last year. Steve came to watch a few of the games down at Penzance. I think one of the ones that he approached myself and my dad around was when we played Wendron at home. I thought I had a good game, and then from then on he's been in contact, and he went about it the right ways, put 7 days in, everything like that, and spoke to dad, spoke to mother about it all, and it went from there really. It was really enjoyable actually coming into the team at Helston. All the lads made me feel welcome straight away, especially playing with like Kai, Alfie and Alex and everything like that. Playing with college and played youth and played with Kai since I was 13 years old was really enjoyable to have my mates there playing with me, but then it was also the experience of the first team players. It was a tough challenge really to step up to Helston with a league above, but they helped me all the way through it. And Ryan Beattie was the big one, obviously playing centre next to him there. A big learning curve for me, especially because I had Barry White behind me to start off with.
Comes inside. Intended towards Wharton, the defenders missed it. Alex Wharton with the chance, and there we have it. Brilliant, just curled it around the keeper. Wharton gives Helston the lead 1-0.
There's a lot of nerves building up to it, especially because of the title of the game really, and was it 60 years that we hadn't played in the FA Cup. I think the boys, as soon as we started playing, we just enjoyed the game really and just took it in our stride, and then Alex Wharton had the game of his life, I think, and then from then on, the rest is history really. Played in the final, I think that was against Colchester, wasn't it? And I played now and again, obviously, because it was obviously if we had a game on the Saturday, it was hard to play with the under-18s on a Sunday because of the amount of football we were playing and everything like that. But every game we played was really enjoyable.
Ball again on the centre circle, played long from the superb. Look at that for a strike. What a strike. The whole Droves defence found wanting. A brilliant loop over the goalkeeper's head by Sam Buckley.
For playing for the under-18s, it was really enjoyable actually playing with all your mates from college and everything like that you've been playing with all the youth teams with. And I think the way they went about it, Martin and Stu, it was very professional, and with all the FA Cup games and everything like that, everything with the buses up, meals before the game, everything like that is very professional, and I think that's what made it a little bit better. Yeah, so Chelsea Foundation, so there's this link between the Chelsea club obviously and the college. They've just made connections through that, and we just trained every day really, played on Wednesdays, went to Dallas, and yeah, it was probably the best 2 years, really good 2 years of my life. I did the level 3 coaching diploma. I had the option between doing the science course or the coaching course, but I chose to do the coaching course because it allowed me to train more with the college team and play more fixtures.
Josh Storey rising high, heading in, maybe look at it from a Bedfordshire point of view that maybe the keeper could have come. He's tall enough. He was in the 6-yard box there, but great start for the Cornish boys.
It was like an honour as always to represent your county, and to even captain your county is an honour. I didn't play the season before because I turned down the opportunity to play the year before. Glyn gave me the chance to captain the sides, and I think it was probably the starting point of what happened last season for me. Really getting the respect from all the other players around me.
I think it was Joe McElroy who was winding everyone up personally, but I think they were just trying to play a bit dirty I think they just got that in their heads that once the 4th or 5th goal went in, they just gave up, I think, and played a bit dirty. But I think just getting it into their heads early that they don't need to do it and just laugh them off and just play our game and be respectful, and that's all we can ask for from the boys.
Gloucester, I think that was the time of the season where there was a lot of games being played, men's, county, college, and as under-18s and even people in college teams or younger, we just wanted to play football really. And there was a lot of pressure around playing for your county, playing for your club. I believe that I played for Penzance the night before here against Helston in the cup, in the senior cup, and we were short on numbers for Penzance. So obviously I played. I said I'd play about half an hour, and I ended up playing about 80-90 minutes. And obviously the next day we travelled up to Gloucester to play. I think myself and Ethan didn't play, the goalkeeper, because we got pulled aside and said, like, look, you can't play 2 games in 2 days because it's too much of a risk. Like, you might just fatigue in the next 40 minutes, and then you might be injured, and then that's you out for the rest of the season. So I respect the decision that was made, and obviously from then on there's been a lot better communication between the clubs, the college, the county and everything like that. So I think it was really the changing point in the career.
We want our county team to do well, but at the same time, we respect the fact that they play for clubs and they play for colleges. But I think, sometimes it is frustrating. They are young lads, and I think we've got to remember that. First and foremost, they're human beings, and beyond that, then, they're pretty good footballers. And I think, we've still got, although we've come a long way in terms of working with clubs and managers, and Hoops deserves a massive amount of credit with that in terms of trying to protect these young players. The lads ultimately, need to make a decision about where they kind of feel they will develop at this stage and where they can access the highest level of football. They'll play for their clubs, for the next 10, 15 years and beyond that, really, and at a good level. But they're only going to get one go at playing for their county, and I think we should embrace that. I think it's really kind of put us on the map over the last few years. But the boys can't and have to understand they can't play at this level with niggles. They can't play 2 games in 24 hours as much as they think they can.
I played, I think, a good 40 to 50 games that last season with everything that went on, but I think some more of the lads that played more regular men's football played a hell of a lot more games on than me. I think you have to take a big responsibility in yourself, because you can't be necessarily pushed about by senior players or senior management, because if you've played 2 games in a row and then go, and because you've got 9 men and you're short, you have to go and play a men's game on a Sunday or a Saturday, and then you first tackle, you're tired, you're not thinking straight, you go and get your legs snapped in half, then you're out for a good period of time. Whereas if you miss 1 game, rest, and then you've got to sort of take care of it yourself. But then I do think it is a big factor about clubs. With like Steve, obviously he's switched on about everything, playing the under-18s. Like, if he doesn't play any of the under-18s in the first team, if we've got a game on a Sunday, like an important game, anything like that. So I think it does. You have to have a respectable manager that listens to your opinion as well as his own.
Second half of the season with England schools under-18s with our very own Josh Storey, who's been fantastic, making his international debut this season. But a little something from the under-18s and from the England Schoolboys team is a little thank you for the gaffer. So if you want to come up, please, gaffer. We've got a signed shirt on the England squad and a programme for this week's internationals for you, gaffer. Brilliant. Thank you very much.
It was the game here that we played for Cornwall, and after in the clubhouse, the Cornwall coaches selected a few of us to go to the Bristol trials, and from then I believe myself and Kai got through to the final trial. Kai was unfortunate not to get in, really played really well. I thought he would get in every day of the week, but unfortunately he didn't, and from then on we've played up and down the country, Scotland, Ireland, been to Italy, everything like that, and it's just from then on it's probably been the best season of my life, really, playing football.
That's a solid tackle, and so many old diehards in the crowd love that one.
I think it hit me really when we walked out our first game against Wales and everyone was cheering and singing the national anthem with us. It really hit home what I'd achieved, and it was just outstanding experience, really. Colchester watched me in the Wales game and approached Dad after that game saying, would you like to come up for a few games to just see what you're like for the under-18s at the start of last season. Went up, had a week's trial, played well, played a few games up there, and then obviously I went to Dallas, so I had that time off between the Colchester trials, and the time I came back I was too old to play for the under-18s, so they asked me to come play for the under-23s. So I went back up and played for the under-23s, played against Norwich, Southend, some local men's teams, played really, really well. And they said that they would like to sign me if I played the same in the first pre-season game. So everything was going like the way I planned, and it was a bit of a whirlwind really how it happened. So I went back up a week later after the games against Norwich and Southend, had a week off of training just before I'd relax, went up, and in the second training session I ruptured my ACL, and it it was just a real down point on everything really, and it's just been, Colchester are amazing about it though. Everything they did, they said that they would like me to come back up for my rehab up there. They're really supportive about it, and looked after me really well, put me on a plane straight home and everything like that. So so it was a bit of a kick in the side really about it. I think it was a freak accident really. I was feeling like the fittest I've ever been playing my football. I focused really on my nutrition and my diet and everything, and going to the gym and everything like that. I thought I was the best prepared I'd be to ever step up to play professional football, and it just went all like in a click of the fingers, because I planted my left leg, which is obviously the knee I've done, and as I bounced the ball back to the coach, my knee just popped like a gunshot really, like it just exploded, swelled straight up, and then I had to go to the hospital and had my diagnosis and everything, and came back, and I'm just waiting surgery now. For the first month, it was just learning how to walk again, extending your knee, putting the pressure through your knee and everything like that. But now it's getting a bit more exciting now, doing some more weights on it, putting pressure through it, which is good, because the idea is just to try and get your knee as strong as possible before surgery, so when you come out of it, you can recover quicker. On the 12th of November, luckily, we got it. It was meant to be for the 3rd of December, which would have been a bit of a killer, because then it means I'm coming back in the middle of next season, but hopefully that means if I have it in the next 2 or 3 weeks, then I'll hopefully be back for the start of next season. They've been tremendous about it all. Steve's been there every second of the way, letting him know how it's been involved, still on his team socials. I've been on the bus up to Bristol. I've just been like any other player really, just not playing, giving my part. Really, it's just getting my rehab done and seeing how good my knee is and how strong it is when I come back. And but my idea is obviously to play pro. That's what I really want to push for. And hopefully it might be at Colchester because of everything they've done for me already. But you never know, it might be somewhere else. It might not even be in the UK. So.